Now for a special KBRF Radio Sports streaming presentation. Tonight's game is proudly brought to you by Quality Toyota and your Quality Toyota player of the game. Nelson Auto Center and your Nelson starting lineups. Park Region and your Park Region scoreboard. Lake Region Healthcare and your Lake Region timeout. The Minnesota Motor Company and your Minnesota Motor Company halftime show. Viking Cafe and your Viking Cafe keys to the game. Orthopedic Sports and Physical Therapy Incorporated. Fergus Falls Monument. Otters Hill Coaches. Fresh and Fancy at Mamashinas. American Federal Bank. FM Bank. Service Food. Ugsted Plumbing and Heating. Splash Express. American Legion Post number 30. Lake Country Graphics. LB Homes. And by Running Stitches. Now let's head out for the pregame.
Hey, welcome to the Crookston Sports Center. It seemed like we were just here the other day. Dave Bishop is our game site engineer. Thanks to Dave, he got us set up in short order here as the Crookston University of Minnesota Crookston men's hockey team just played South Dakota State, and so they took care of things. And I think they won like 6-1 in that one. But we had to set up here quickly as all the college staff was up here in the press box. But we got it going here. And the Otters are looking to come back after that 4-1 loss last Tuesday night to River Lakes down in Paynesville. Last time we were here, the Otter girls won a tight one, picked up a win. They'll play on Alexandria tomorrow night, or Monday night, pardon me. We'll have that game for you on the air. Otter boys taking on Bemidji boys basketball in Fergus Falls on AM 1250 KBRF, and we have this game for you streaming on the Fergus Now app and on the KBRF YouTube channel. And we are going to get things cooking here with our pregame show. We're going to go right to Otter head coach Mike Donahue, as again we were kind of up against the clock a little. We hear from head coach Mike Donahue. It's the Otters and the Pirates here, Section 6A versus Section 8A. We'll have that interview after this break.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
Lake Region Healthcare joins you in shouting loud, cheering strong, and jumping for joy. Keeping our community healthy and spirited is the top priority at Lake Region Healthcare.
It's time to replace your old furnace. That old one has been a drain on your energy bill for far too long. Let Ugsted Plumbing and Heating replace your old inefficient furnace with a new carrier system and help you and your checkbook rest easy. Ugsted Plumbing and Heating, Fergus Falls.
Hi, I'm Heather Hickman, Executive Director for LB Homes in Fergus Falls. Seasons may change, but one truth remains: our compassionate, Christ-centered care at LB Browen Home. For over a century, we have served as His hands and feet. Every resident is welcomed as family, embraced with the dignity and kindness that Christ calls us to share. So whether you are seeking peace of mind or a trusted home for a loved one, you'll find it here. LB Browen Home, rooted in faith, serving with compassion, trusted for generations.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
For over 50 years, Ottertail Coaches has safely carried kids to school, to games, and back home again. Trusted by generations, they're proud to serve Fergus Falls and the surrounding area. Ottertail Coaches, safety, service, and dependability.
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles to Quality Toyota to get a great deal, and we've done it 13 times.
Quality Toyota.
It's Otter hockey from the Crookston Sports Center this afternoon. The Otter boys traveling up Highway 9 to take on the Crookston Pirates, and joined by head coach Mike Donahue of the Otters. And Mike, I was listening to you and Craig this morning, and 6 games in 9 days. You know what I mean? And that's like you say, you sign up to play games, right? Not just to practice.
Sign up to play hockey. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you know what better way to start it? Hopefully we can come on up here on Hockey Day Minnesota with a good atmosphere. They've got a busy rink up here today with the college team playing right before our game and our JV on the other rink. And so hopefully the guys can just embrace the day and embrace the moment and start our stretch off the right way.
It's a huge stretch for us, isn't it, here, too? You know, we go down to River Lakes. Tough place to play. It's always been a tough place to play. We lost 4-1, but this would be a great time to get stretch here going in the right direction.
Yeah, especially with such a great effort against Thief River Falls.
We're good.
We really liked the way we were trending after that game, and the consistency. That's, I think, the hard part of any sport and any level. It doesn't matter what level you're at. Trying to come out with that same performance every single game that's a really high ask by everybody. So all you can do is take the game, watch some great film clips, I think, on some things that we thought we needed to clean up, watch some clips on how we performed against Thief. Two different dynamics there with those different games, and hopefully we just learn a lesson and move on to today and apply some of those things.
Looking at Crookston, they got a lot of seniors on this team. We're a fairly young team too, and they got a pretty high-flying forward, too. Like, we shut down Spencer Anderson, but what are our Viking Cafe keys to the game against Crookston?
Well, we talked to our guys about taking care of details. I think those were the things that we really missed that River Lakes game on managing the puck. We talked about playing simple, make the game simple for yourselves, especially in this stretch. How can we do that? Make the simple play, make the right play. Don't try to overthink things. And as we talked about last time, we just told the kids, let's go and play hockey. At the end of the day, you need your instincts to take over. Yeah, we give you some structured things. We give you some of these other things. But at the end of the day, it's a game that you have to go and play. You need to read and react and get to things quickly, and we can make adjustments from there.
And then also, good to have Jared Kennedy back from injury, and then Coulter McGinnis too, and good to see those guys back in action.
Yeah, it is. And it's a matter of just kind of working them, getting them back in to action, and then the unfortunate thing is, I know we have out today 4 or 5 kids with sicknesses, so hopefully it sounds like they should be back ready to go Monday. But thank goodness we got a pretty deep roster this year. We've got a lot of really good hockey players, and we've been able to play guys in different situations and different roles throughout the season, and that's something that we're just going to have to lean on here for our next 6 games, on whoever's healthy, who's ready to go, and who's playing the right kind of hockey for us.
Going back to that Thief River game, Tanner scored that first goal right away, but how is it important on the road here too to score first?
Yeah, it's just energetic for our team, and hopefully we can find a way to get a bounce and get a break and get some pucks to the net. And the other good thing, we got to play some 5-on-5 hockey here, especially down this stretch. If we get into a penalty kill situation, some of our penalty killers are sick, so how are we going to kind of navigate that? Those are some things that us coaches need to try to figure out and put the guys in position to be successful.
All right, good luck, Mike. Let's have a good one.
All right, thanks, Mark.
Mike Downey, head coach of the Otters, come back after this break.
Just when you thought the deals were done, Minnesota Motor Company is keeping the savings rolling. They may have moved the vehicles back outside, but they've extended their indoor sales savings through the end of January. Shop in confidence and drive away in a great vehicle at a great price. Stop by the dealership or contact the sales team to learn more about the great deals. Minnesota Motor. South Pebble Lake Road, Fergus Falls.
Make OSPTI your choice for outpatient rehabilitation and sports injuries with locations in Fergus Falls and Breckenridge. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is the right choice for your recovery. Live your best life. Trust the experts at OSPTI.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
At Fergus Falls Monument Company, Ryan and Mike want you to design a personal memorial for your loved one that will fully express your personal sentiment and that of your loved one. Fergus Falls Monument on Pebble Lake Road, online, foreverstonememorials.com.
At American Federal Bank, they're proud sponsors of local high school athletics. Just like their student athletes, American Federal is here to go the extra mile for you. American Federal Bank, investing in our community one play at a time. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
Here's to a great season for all our favorite high school athletes. American Legion is a favorite too and serves up everyone's favorite barbecued ribs. American Legion of Fergus Falls, open each Wednesday through Saturday on Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls.
Welcome back to the pregame show. Mark Johnson with you here from the Crookston Sports Center. And just to note, we got set up in a quick hurry here. Dave Bishop doing a great job getting us on the air as the University of Minnesota Crookston hockey team was taking on South Dakota State prior to this one. The Otter JV won big by a score of 10-1. They played on the other rink. Again, there's 3 rinks under cover here. Really nice setup here in Crookston. But the Pirates right now 10-6-1 on the season. They're averaging 4.53 goals a game, giving up 3.47 goals per game. Their power play at 20.6%. Their penalty kill at 68.9%. The Otters, they are 6-9 right now. They had a nice win a week ago against a good Thief River team. Beat Thief River 3-0. Lost on Tuesday down in Paynesville to River Lakes by a score of 4-1. The Otters, again, 6-9, 2.6 goals per game, 3.20 goals against. Power play is at 17.2%, and their penalty kill at 78.6. Again, the Otters hoping to get back in the win column here, and this is a crucial stretch, a crucial time of the season here. And again, the Otters coming back out on the ice. Again, it's now time for our Viking Cafe Keys to the Game, brought to you by the Viking Cafe in Fergus Falls. And it's going to be details. That was a big emphasis of head coach Mike Donahue. Details. And that was the difference against River Lakes. You know, just taking care of the little details in the offense and defensive zones at neutral ice. And also just a consistent effort, just looking for consistency in this one, playing a full 51 minutes. Those are your Viking Cafe Keys to the Game, brought to you by the Viking Cafe. We have our Minnesota Motor period breaks in this one, and also in the close of our game, we'll name our Toyota Quality Player of the Game, brought to you by Quality Toyota and Lake Country Graphics. Now time for the Nelson Auto Center starting lineups, brought to you by Nelson Auto Center, located on Highway 210 West in Fergus Falls. In goal will be senior Holden Stenstrom. Holden Stenstrom continues to play well. He was our quality player of the game last Saturday in that 3-0 shutout. And Holden right now a .912 save percentage, .313 goals against average. Tanner Donahue at 1 defense. Tanner, a sophomore, 3 goals and 7 assists. And then junior Brody Crine, 2 goals and 5 assists. Want to give a shout out to the folks watching at Mabel Murphy's. I know a little watch party going on there. Shout out to Mabel's today. Starting at forward again, it'll be Caden Zender on the left side, a junior, 6 goals and 10 assists. On the right side, Parker Tilke, senior, 5 goals and 3 assists. And centering the first line is sophomore Luke Johnson, 6 goals and 9 assists for 15 points. Otters are coached by Mike Donahue, Peter Johnson, Isaac Young, and Mike Alt. And for the Pirates, it'll be number 35, Brady Chandler in goal. He's 7-4 on the season, a 3.44 goals against and an .886 save percentage. Isaiah Donarski, 1 defense, a senior, 2 goals and 6 assists. And then also Hamry at 1 defense. He wears number 10, 5 goals and 9 assists for Tate Hammer. He's a senior. And then Garrett Fisher, the leading scorer here on this Crookston team. He's got 26 goals, 23 assists, 49 points. Then Grayson Ecker, he's having a big season so far. I think he's got 12 goals and 12 assists as well. And then winding out the starting lineup is Jay Reese, 16 goals and 28 assists. Josh Hardy is the head coach. He's assisted by Connor Morgan, Ben Trosted, and Ethan Megzum. We'll pause now and come back after a minute here, and we'll drop the puck. Again, it's the Otters and the Pirates on Channel 977 and also streaming on the Fergus Now app and on the KBRF YouTube channel.
Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls is proud to sponsor area athletics. Nelson Auto knows the value of a good team, and we'd like to invite you in to meet our team. See how our team takes care of you and your family. Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls.
Looking to buy, build, or refinance? Trust Alicia Helgeson at FM Bank in Fergus Falls. With expert guidance and local know-how, she makes the mortgage process smooth and stress-free. Call Alicia or apply online at mybankfm.com today. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
The key to a great meal is at the Viking Cafe of Fergus Falls. The Viking Cafe with Minnesota's best omelet, manhole cover pancakes, and burgers that will fill your appetite. The key to a great breakfast and lunch is at the Viking Cafe, downtown Fergus Falls.
Every team has a home field advantage. Make yours the internet from Park Region. With speeds that keep up with the pace of the game and the reliability to never miss a play, you'll always be connected. Get the internet that's always in your corner. Park Region, your home team's internet advantage.
What's your number?
We drove 5.2 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
Lake Region Healthcare is proud to be trusted and recommended by parents and coaches, athletes, and families. Keeping healthcare close to home for local athletes and all their fans. Find us online at lrhc.org.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
Hi, I'm Heather Hickman, Executive Director for LB Homes in Fergus Falls. Seasons may change, but one truth remains: our compassionate, Christ-centered care at LB Browen Home. For over a century, we have served as His hands and feet. Every resident is welcomed as family, embraced with the dignity and kindness that Christ calls us to share. So whether you are seeking peace of mind or a trusted home for a loved one, you'll find it here. LB Browen Home, rooted in faith, serving with compassion, trusted for generations.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
Welcome back to the Crookston Sports Center, where the Otters are taking on the Pirates. The Pirates in their last 5 games, a 7-0 loss to East Grand Forks, a 5-4 loss to Grafton Park River, a 7-5 win over Bagley Foston, and then a loss to World 7-0, and then a 8-0 victory against Kitson County Central. Again, the Otters will go up to Brainerd tomorrow for that makeup game that was supposed to have played that doubleheader last Thursday, but with the cold weather, ended up a lot of things, pretty much everything being canceled that day. So, get some pretty high-scoring players here. Garrett Fisher, 26 goals for the Pirates. And then Jay Reese, 16 goals. Grayson Ecker, 12 goals, 12 assists. Incidentally, Grayson's grandpa Joel and family and grandma live in the Dalton area, just east of Dalton. His dad DJ lives up, and family live up in Crookston. So we got a Dalton connection here. And Ecker's facing off against Luke Johnson, who hails from Dalton. Crookston's going to win the draw. They'll go D to D, and Reese along the near boards. Sent into the outer zone. Donnie will hustle back after it. Fisher is after it behind the goal line. It's going to be picked up here by Reese. Sends it through the slot. Tilke will pick it up now. Parker Tilke trying to get it ahead. Slapped out of the air defensively by Hamry. To the near side. Sent over the line. Give and go. Back to Ecker. Drops it for Fisher. Pops out here, and Luke Johnson tried to get it there, but Ecker comes up with a puck. Ecker sends it through the slot. Parker Tilke after it. He'll chip it up towards neutral, sent back in. Good pressure here. And I think the Otters could have the hand here on the depth here, but this first line pretty strong here. No doubt. Hamry battles in the corner. In comes Zach Pierce, sophomore. A lot of sophomores and freshmen on this Otter team. Pierce sends one on goal, and Brady Chandler makes the save. Again, the Otter lines here, it's Johnson, Zender, and Tilke, and then Coulter McGinnis. Great to see Coulter back out there. Zach Pierce, Chase Johnson, then Cullen Out, Corbin Profit, and Noah Piccarini. Brant Sherman and Luke Warner defensively. Luke a sophomore as well, Luke Warner. There's a quick shot and a save made. That was off the stick of Brant Sherman. Brant is a senior. Again, in goal is Holden Stenstrom, senior captain for the Otters. I'm going to slide to my left here so I can see into the corners here. Pierce on the draw here. It's going to be controlled here. Out with the puck now is Rittmeyer. Rittmeyer up the left side. He'll gain the zone. Rittmeyer behind the goal now. Sends it out front. Quick shot just to the left of the net off the stick of Akus. And then with the puck now is Pierce. Zach Pierce. He'll send it back to Brant Sherman. Zach will get it back. Sends it far side, but a good stick by Otters there. Then sent in by Chase Johnston. On comes Colin Alt, Corbin Profit, Noah Piccarini. There's an icing call again. Or pardon me, the Otters go back to their first line here. And again, we're going to see a lot of the first line here for Crookston here. So we'll see if the Otters will match here with Johnson, Zender, and Parker Tilke. Ecker and Johnson on the draw. Otters are going to win this draw. Tapped out, kept in by Tanner Donahue. Tanner with it, taps it into the corner. Luke Johnson will hustle back to the far corner. Parker Tilke comes out to the point. Brody Crine taps him behind the goal. Johnson will scoop it up behind the goal line. Luke with a puck over the far side of Parker Tilke. Out to Crine, locks and loads. That shot is just wide right of the net. Otters with some good zone time. Ecker tries to move it out, gets it ahead to Reese. He'll ring the boards. Brody Crine is there, sends it over to Luke Johnson right below us here. Here's Luke with the puck. Sends it to the far side to Crine. Crine will rip a shot. That's left of the net. Johnson picks it up in the corner. Here's Luke with the puck. Tried to get it to Tilke out front. Shot there. Came to the left of the net. Out to neutral. Here's Ecker. Grayson Ecker. Drop pass. Now Luke's going to pick it up. Luke will send along the near boards, and he's going to get off here. Puck is picked up by Donarski. Saucer pass. Colin Alt tried to snap that one out of the air. Bows into the outer zone. Brant Sherman will hustle back after it. Swings it to the near side to Colin Alt. Alt with it. Centering pass. Tapped there by Noah Piccarini. And Piccarini seeing his first varsity regular minutes here. And it's an icing call here against the Otters. They'll turn it back and bring it to the Otter defensive zone. Crookston Sports Center here, built probably 20 years ago. They got 3 ice sheets here. Really a nice facility. And University of Minnesota Crookston played South Dakota State. Club hockey prior to this. And an offsides call here against Crookston. Should probably be logging the minutes here of the Crookston first line. We're going to see a lot of, as far as the line chart I got from Coach Josh Hardy, had 2 full lines and then 2 forwards. Here's Otters on the draw. Sent into the outer zone. After it now is Luke Warner. Luke's done a great job this year. Leaves it for Brant Sherman. Out to the wing. See if the Otters get a clean exit here. Colin Alt along the near boards had a little trouble handling it. Sherman comes in to help. Puck picked up there by Liam Larson. And now Colin Alt with it. Again, he's Corbin Profit, pardon me. Cullen swings it off the board. Bumped off the puck by Otters. Comes out to center. Here comes Noah Piccarini. He'll backhand it in. And on comes Chase Johnston. And Coulter McGinnis. He's going to say it was touched by the Otters, and quickly after it now is Fisher. He's got 26 goals. Sent behind the goal line. Picked up by Brant Sherman. Here's Brant. He'll skate it, but not out. Kept back in. He's going to come into the corner. Pierce will hustle back after it. Battle for the puck there. Along the near half wall, Garrett Fisher. In comes Ecker. Fisher picks it up. Walks through traffic, but it's picked up by Luke Warner. Pass a little too far for Chase Johnston, and he'll go on the forecheck. Chase Johnston had a nice goal against Thief River Falls. Coulter McGinnis picks that one off, gives it off to Zach Pierce, and then sent in. On comes Caden Zender and Luke Johnson. Otters on the forecheck along the near corner. Puck out to neutral ice. Fisher, left side pass for Reese. Now to Ecker, up the right side. Ecker with a shot. Save made by Stenstrom. Rebound. Stenstrom comes across the crease and makes a beautiful save. Now Zender will wheel it. Zender at neutral. Bothered there by Ecker. Sent back in and hit the official, so Tanner Donahue will pick it up. Sends it up near board. Says Zender couldn't handle the puck. He touched it right below us here. They call an icing call as Zender hit him in the skate. But they'll bring it back in the Otter defensive zone here. Otter JV wins by a score of 10-1. They played that during the college game, which was played on the main rink here. Luke Johnson will take the draw here against Gavin Akas. Otters are going to control the draw. Behind the net goes over to the far side, picked up by Parker Tilke. Parker tried to ring it off the boards. In comes Tanner Donahue. Now Luke Johnson in after it as well. Donahue behind the net. Akas with the puck, sends it out front. Onto the stick of Parker Tilke. Otters with numbers. Chip it forward. Here's Luke Johnson up the right side. Luke tried to play it through the legs. Zender gets it, sends a shot on. That goes up into the netting. Good opportunity there for Zender. Caden had the lone goal against River Lakes, and Parker Tilke had the assist on that one. Again, the Park Region telephone scoreboard 0-0, 12 minutes left in the first period. Zach Pierce on the draw against Jay Reese. Crookston's going to win the draw. They bring it around to Fisher. He blows a tire down in the corner. Puck sent in by Brant Sherman, but picked up by Grayson Ecker. Here's Ecker. He's got good size. Down in the corner. Pulls it back up. Scoops it on the near half wall. Good pressure there by Zach Pierce. Chase Johnson, middle of the goal line. Sends it out front as Coulter McGinnis got a stick on it. Here's Coulter. Great to have number 26 back out on the ice. Brant Sherman looking for a shooting lane. Sends one on. Rebound. Backhand save made there by Chandler. Good opportunity for the Otters. Headman pass. Here comes Fisher. Good hit by Brant Sherman. Sent forward to neutral ice, then back and picked up now by McGinnis. Coulter right below us. He'll gain the zone, taps it forward. McGinnis down in the corner, scrappy along the boards. Chase Johnson battling, and it's taken away by Grayson Ecker. He'll kick it to his stick and gain the zone. And a good defensive play by Luke Warner. Plays football, but that was a good soccer play by Warner. In comes Corbin Profit. He'll send a shot on net. It's going to go far side. Piccarini on as well. Brody Crine, he'll send it back below the goal line. Picked up now by Corbin Profit. In comes Piccarini. Noah Piccarini, a sophomore as well. Puck out towards neutral ice. Tanner Donahue will scoop that one away. Gives it off now to the Otters' Noah Piccarini. Sent over to the far side. Good shift by the Otter third line here. Picked up by Piccarini. Down in the corner now. Behind the goal line. It's going to be scooped up by Gavin Akas. Akas moves it out of the zone with speed through neutral. Tanner Donahue fell down momentarily, but the Otters get a poke check there from Crine, and then a save by Holden Stenstrom. Otters try to clear the zone. It's kept in, though, by Crookston. Special cancer fundraising afternoon here, so they got purple jerseys on. Puck in the slot there, and Stenstrom's going to get on top of that one. And with a whistle with 9:58 to play here in the first period. Shots on goal 3-3. And a pretty evenly played first 7 minutes or so of the first period. See if the Otters can skedaddle out of their zone here. Dave Bishop wanted me to use that terminology. We heard that from one of the AHL announcer on our way home last week. Wilkes-Barre Scrantonite Penguins. My nephew plays for them in the AHL. Pass ahead to Luke Johnson. Luke makes a good move. Gains his own. Walks in. Shot blocked by Hamry. Far corner, Parker Tilke battling there. Johnson comes in. Ecker joins the party. Otters move it out, but it comes onto the stick of Grayson Ecker. Chip it to Fisher on the near side. Luke Johnson will pick it up momentarily. Tanner Donahue battling against him, and Caden Zender will scoop it up. Good job by Caden. Now to Luke at neutral ice. Gain the zone. Here's Luke with the puck. Sends it back to Zender. That's going to be blocked. And away with it now with numbers comes the Pirates. Jay Reese up the left side. Good play by Luke Warner. Sends him into the corner. That's no man's land. Reese still behind the puck. Tried to wrap around. The puck popped out. Another shot. That's going to be blocked by Zender. He's got a broken stick. There goes $200 at least. Oh, Zender, it broke way up high on the shaft where you hold your hand. Coulter McGinnis is on for the Otters. Funk is tripped up, and the Otters are going to go on the penalty kill here. And so a penalty here on the Otters. And a power play for the Crookston Pirates. What's that? Yeah. Cut it off, sell it to a squirt. That's what Dave Bishop says, but it broke way up by the handle. So time of this penalty on McGinnis is going to be at 8:17 of the period. And a trip on McGinnis. Power play at about 20.7% for the Pirates. Chase Johnston and Caden Zender out to kill. Otter penalty kills about 79%. The Otters are going to clear. They'll send that the length of the ice. Again, Running Stitches is the local choice for embroidery and screen printing in Fergus Falls. Running Stitches Embroidery. Play right below us here. Luke Johnson battling there with Chase Johnson. Larson comes away with it. Over the line, Akas through traffic. That's over the top of the net. Brant Sherman's going to send it out. Otters will get fresh killers on here as Zender and Parker Tilke come on. Chase Johnston and Luke Johnson out. Here comes Garrett Fisher. Gains his own, rips one over the top of the net. Pirates not electing to get set up, but rather to take that shot. Again, Fisher's got 26 goals. The Otters shut down Grant Anderson of Thief River last Saturday. He had 32 goals coming into the game. Did a great job on him. Hunter Welly, who's home not feeling well, shadowed him and did a great job defensively. Puck sent in by the Otters. 51 seconds left in the kill here for Fergus Falls. 7:30 to play in the first period. Speed through neutral goes Reese up the left side. He'll gain the zone. Poke checked away by Crine. Reese gets it back. Reese in the corner now, and the Pirates get their power play set up. Comes over to the Sears side. Fisher tries to go backdoor. Picked up by Grayson Ecker. Ecker along the dot. Near side to Fisher, catches on the backhand. He shot there, blocked nicely by Luke Johnson. Here's Grayson Ecker now below the goal line. Sent it out front. Otters couldn't quite clear. Puck to the near side. 15 seconds left in the penalty to Coulter McGinnis. And the net is off its moorings. And so we're going to draw on the outer end. So 11 seconds left in the penalty to Coulter McGinnis. 4-3 are the shots on goal. 6:53 to play in the first period. And Luke Warner, Brant Sherman, Parker Tilke, and Caden Zender on to kill the last 10 seconds of the penalty. Face-off draw is going to be one here. Goes out to left, fanned on there by Fisher. Picked up by Sherman. That's going to be just enough. And the Otters are back at full strength. McGinnis comes out right on the ice. Kenny broke his collar. We're going in the second shift against Marshall. First game of the year. Great to see number 26 out on the ice. Puck picked up by Zender. He's hit there. Now Reese, Jay Reese will pick it up. Gives it back to Donarski. Donarski to the near side to Grayson Ecker. Ecker up the right side. Has a man going to the net. Backhand pass behind. No look pass to Larson. Pops out to the point to Hamry. And then Corbin Profit doing a good job getting it in on goal. And a face-off in the Otter offensive zone. And the Pirates will change lines here. Rittmeyer Aukus and Liam Larson. Yeah, Corbin Profit, Noah Piccarini, and Cullen out for Fergus Falls. No score here. 6:08 to play in the first period here on the Park Region scoreboard. Corbin's going to win the draw. Out to Sherman. Brant rips a shot. Juicy rebound. Tap to the near side. Brant trying to get after it, and it's picked up here now by Rittmeyer. Rittmeyer below the dots. Rittmeyer in on goal. Shot. Save made. Reitmeyer was coming in hot on the left side, and then the pass picked off by Larson. Backhands it back in. Now Luke Warner behind the net. We'll circle it back to Brant Sherman in the near corner. Again, if you're watching, we're right above the ice here, so Dave Bishop's got to swing that camera 180 degrees. Puck out to neutral. Dave did a great job getting us on the air in short order here. Otters move it ahead. Cullen out. Taps it in. Zach Pierce. Chase Johnston on the forecheck. Puck over to the far side to Reese. Picked up by Garrett Fisher. He's got good wheels. Fisher, right side. Tries the toe drag, but Brody Crine says no to that. Now Ecker picks it up. Oh, my. And then Reese comes in and rips one. The one-timer. That was a nice shot. A drop pass, and then a shot from the point. Puck came out, and he dialed in and beats Stenstrom over his upper right-hand shoulder. So Crookston, as Reese picks up the goal, his 17th of the year. And the time of this goal is going to be at 11:49 of the period. Jay Reese with a goal. Grayson Ecker with an assist. And Garrett Fisher, those guys picking up the bulk of the points here for this Crookston team. Puck in the outer zone. They play it off the half wall. Out towards neutral ice. Tanner Donahue tried to tap it forward. Fisher was there. It's picked up now by Coulter McGinnis. Coulter has his poke checked away. Here comes Fisher. Here comes Crookston the other way. Fisher walks in. Rips a shot. That goes into the corner. Puck played over the near side. Picked up here by Ecker. Donarski's after it. Now Donahue's going to go for a skate. Here's Tanner. Lost it off his stick there. Stick landing at center ice. Now Fisher will pick it up. Fisher, but a good stick by Brody Crine as that one goes up and out of play. 1-0 Crookston at 11:49 of the first period. 17th of the year for number 3, Jay Reese, assisted by Grayson Ecker and Garrett Fisher. Luke Johnson on the draw here against Ockes. Otters win the draw. Here's Zender with the puck. Zender taps it in. Parker Tilke with him. Zender loses an edge down in the corner. Puck played out. Poke checked away by Warner nicely. Now to neutral. Brant Sherman after it. He'll tap it along the wall. Picked up by Tilke. Parker Tilke had his pass intercepted, and that's lofted in the air by Ockes into the outer zone. Sherman battling in the corner. Picked up by Luke Johnson. Out to Zender. Zender tried to play it ahead. Luke Johnson after it right below us here with Ockes. And the puck sent it over the line. And it's going to be played out of the zone by the Pirates. And then it'll be an icing call here on Fergus Falls. Demura sent that one the length of the ice. So the Otters with Zach Pierce, Chase Johnston, and Coulter McGinnis on. And they'll face Fisher, Ecker, and Reese for the Pirates. Otters win the draw. Pop back out. And here comes a 2-on-1 the other direction. 2-on-1. Fisher with a puck. Shot, save made by Stenstrom. Luke Warner taps it over to the far corner. His first line for Crookston is very good. Chase Johnston, the freshman. Now to McGinnis. Coulter up the left side. Pops off his stick. That's kept in, though. Coulter out to Chase right in front of the net. Good play by Coulter and Chase. They were bearing down on goaltender Chandler. And just by virtue of the play was, Chase was in tight. But Coulter made a nice play, and then Chase gets a shot on and a glove saved by Chandler. Draw is going to be won here by the Pirates. They'll ring the boards to the near side. Tanner Donahue tried to hold it in, but it pops out. And there's no icing there. Good hustle by Grayson Ecker. He'll pick it up in the corner. Grayson's a good size. Here's Grayson with the puck. Drops it for Donarski. Donarski gets around McGinnis. Sends a shot on. And the save made by Stenstrom. And now Coulter's going to pick it up. Sends it out towards neutral ice. And Donarski will send one back left to the goal. Otters got to get their feet moving here. Trailing 1-0. Pass out towards neutral. Chase Johnston tried to get it there. Sent over right below us here. And it's picked up by Fisher. Fisher gains his own. High slot area. Rips a shot. And a nice save made there by goaltender Stenstrom. Again, we have our Minnesota Motor period break coming up in just a bit. Sure would be nice to get one back here before the end of the period. 2:26 to go in the period here. Ockes will take the draw against Luke Johnson. Luke's going to win the draw, but it's going to come out to Funk. He'll send one that hit Crine, goes over to the far side. Brody will hustle back after it. Gets it out now. Near side, Zender after it. And the puck played in deep by Funk. Donahue will send it around to Zender. Off his skate, pops out here to Tilke. Parker Tilke up the right side. Got Luke Johnson going to the net. Shot and a save made there. Good little shot by Tilke, but a good rebound control by the goaltender Chandler as Luke Johnson was bearing down on him. So 2:02 to play here, and shots are 8-7 in favor of Crookston. Ockes on the draw here with Luke Johnson. Puck played behind the net. Demera takes a hit there from Zender. Johnson comes in as well. Crookston out with a puck. Here comes Larson. Up the left side. He'll gain the zone. Just looked like he was almost offside. Sherman sends it into the corner. Picked up here now in the corner by the Pirates. Brad Sherman will scoop it up. 1.5 to go in the hockey game. Or the first period, pardon me. Battle in the corner. Here's Zender with a puck. Puck at neutral ice. Here's Fisher with it now. He'll send it in. Zach Pierce is on. Luke Johnson is off. Otters play it around the near side. Sends it up to Caden Zender. Catching his skates. Sends it ahead. And they're going to say it was an icing call. 1:11 to play here in the period. 1-0 Crookston. Shots on goal 8-7 in favor of the Pirates. Face off to the left of Holden Stenstrom, who's played great this year. When you're over 90%, he's at 9-1-2. Face off one, and Grayson Ecker takes a hit from Coulter McGinnis. Here's Coulter with the puck. Sends it ahead, but not out. Picked up by Ecker. He'll circle back with a minute to play in the period. 1-0 Crookston here on the Park Region scoreboard. Fisher. Oh, man. Hamry gains the zone. A long pass from Donarski. And Crookston scores at 16:07 of the period. And it's going to be number 10, Tate Hamry, with his 6th of the year. A long stretch pass that time. I believe it was Donarski. Instead of the Otters picking one up late, the Pirates pick one up late. And Luke's going to win the draw here against Ecker. It's picked up by Donahue. Now to Zender. Zender. Here comes Caden, walks in. Good stick, though, by Reese. Hamry sends it over to the far side. Grayson Ecker. Now here comes Reese up the left side. Reese with the puck. Taken away nicely by Crine. Sauced over the near side. Picked up here by Luke Johnson. Let's get one here. Luke Johnson coming in on goal. Luke looking for a wraparound. Pops off his stick. Out to the point. Crine. He'll rip one. That's going to go below the goal line. Otters play it over to the near side, but it's kept in by Tanner Donahue. Oh, Johnson in the slot. Fanned on that one, partially tied up. Comes out to Crine. 12 seconds to go in the period. Towards the net. Otters a little push here late in the period. 9 seconds to go in the period. Shot there by Zender to the far side. Now Crine, right at the buzzer, sends one wide right of the net. And that is the end of the first period of play. Our score on the Park Region telephone scoreboard: Crookston 2, Fergus Falls nothing. Shots on goal 9-7 in favor of Crookston. And we're going to take a timeout. We'll come back with our Minnesota Motor period break.
Every team has a home field advantage. Make yours the internet from Park Region. With speeds that keep up with the pace of the game and the reliability to never miss a play, you'll always be connected. Get the internet that's always in your corner. Park Region, your home team's internet advantage.
Between muddy roads and dusty drives, your car takes a beating. Keep it shining with an unlimited car wash membership at Splash Express. Upgrade to the Platinum for a rust inhibitor, hot wax, and ceramic coating in one bundle. Stop by Splash Express next to Premier Meats in Fergus Falls.
Between practices, games, and late-night drives, who's got time to grocery shop? With Instacart from Service Food in Fergus Falls, order online and your groceries are ready for delivery. So you can cheer louder, not shop longer. Service Food of Fergus Falls.
Welcome back here to the Fergus Falls Crookston game here. And again, this is up at the Crookston Sports Center. In basketball earlier today, the Otters with another nice win in basketball, 85-75 over Bemidji. So, and then some Hockey Day scores. Minnesota Hockey Day, courtesy of Paul Becker. Hastings beats Park Cottage Grove 2-1. Boys varsity, Eastridge beats Hastings 3-1. St. Thomas and Rockridge coming up at 4:30. This has got to be one of the coldest hockey day in Minnesota days. And again, last night it was they played American Hockey League action. The Iowa Wild were playing last night in a cold game, and I think they did win that one, by the way. So. Of course, that's the minor league affiliate of the Minnesota Wild. But let's recap the scoring in the first period of this one. Crookston at 11:49 of the period. It is the 17th of the year for Jay Reese, assisted by Grayson Ecker and Garrett Fisher. Then at 16:07, late in the period, just with 53 seconds to go in the period, it's number 6 from the left, or number 10, Tate Hamry, with his 6th of the year, assists going to Isaiah Donarski and Grayson Ecker. So that was a shot from the left point and beat goaltender Holden Stenstrom. So that's where things stand right now. Again, Stenstrom has stopped 7 of 9 shots, and goaltender Brady Chandler has stopped all 7 shots that he has faced thus far. Take another break as our Minnesota Motor period break continues. 2-0 Otters. We'll be back after this.
Just when you thought the deals were done, Minnesota Motor Company is keeping the savings rolling. They may have moved the vehicles back outside, but they've extended their indoor sales savings through the end of January. Shop in confidence and drive away in a great vehicle at a great price. Stop by the dealership or contact the sales team to learn more about the great deals.
Minnesota Motor.
South Pebble Lake Road, Fergus Falls.
Here's to a great season for all our favorite high school athletes. American Legion is a favorite too and serves up everyone's favorite barbecued ribs. American Legion of Fergus Falls, open each Wednesday through Saturday on Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls.
Welcome back to the Crookston Sports Center. Correction on that Otter boys basketball score. The score right here is 2-0 in favor of Crookston. It was Fergus Falls losing earlier today, 85-75. So the Otter boys lost that one by 10. But, yeah, appreciate the update there from Craig. I got the score from another source, and Craig is right there to take care of business. Crookston leads at 2-0 in an evenly played first period of hockey. I would say Crookston had the better chances in that period, and they got 2 in the back of the net. And Dave Bishop has picked up his chuck of pucks. Let's see the pile of pucks you got there, Dave. Yeah, look at that. 6 pucks for $5. We have that at Fergus Falls like that too. So if you win, you're buying supper on the way home. Is that correct? As long as it's a $5 meal at McDonald's. So, all right. Again, Dave does a great job. We got up here, and the press box was jam-packed as the University of Minnesota Crookston club team was playing South Dakota State. It was just lots of people up here in the press box, and we got things going here. We got on the air in time. Crookston at 11:49 of the period, 17th of the year for Jay Reese, assisted by Grayson Ecker, and also by number 12, Garrett Fisher. And then Crookston at 16:07, 6th of the year for Tate Hamry. That was assisted by Isaiah Donarski and by Grayson Ecker. We'll come back with more here from Crookston. Our score 2-0 in favor of the Pirates.
Lake Region Healthcare knows what all coaches know. It takes tons of teamwork, great amounts of grit, and heaps of hustle to triumph. Lake Region Healthcare, supporting and celebrating our high school athletes.
It's time to replace your old furnace. That old one has been a drain on your energy bill for far too long. Let Otters Plumbing and Heating replace your old inefficient furnace with a new carrier system and help you and your checkbook rest easy. Otters Plumbing and Heating, Fergus Falls.
At Fergus Falls Monument Company, Ryan and Mike want you to design a personal memorial for your loved one that will fully express your personal sentiment and that of your loved one. Fergus Falls Monument on Pebble Lake Road, online, foreverstonememorials.com.
Welcome back to the Crookston Sports Center. And some other scores in boys hockey. Detroit Lakes, boy, they're making some noise here. They beat Bemidji 4-3. Of course, Detroit Lakes plays in Section 8A and Bemidji in 8-2A. Grand Forks Red River up on Thief River Falls 7-3. And then Hibbing for War Road 2. So, again, Hibbing's going to make some noise also in Section 7. And International Falls, there's a final there as they beat the Northern Lakes Lightning 5-3. So following today, the Otters will have Brainerd on Monday. Then it'll be Tuesday at Detroit Lakes. Following Thursday at Sauk Rapids. Saturday home against Mayville Portland. Then the following week, it'll be a Monday game against Wilmer. Thursday the 5th against Sartell. And then Monday the 9th against Wilmer. And they'll close out their regular season with a Tuesday game on February 10th against Breck Wap. That's a section game as well. Lady Otters will take on Alexandria at home, and that game is on Monday night. We'll have that game for you. And as we look forward to Lady Otters returning to the ice as their season is winding down, and that game will be on KBRF. And there's a girls basketball game. Sauk Rapids Rice comes to Fergus Falls. Jason Retzlaff will have the call that one on Channel 977. Then a hockey doubleheader on Tuesday night. Fergus Falls at Detroit Lakes on AM 1250 KBRF. And then Detroit Lakes girls, they come to Fergus Falls. That'll be on 977. Detroit Lakes girls has a little stronger team this year. We shall see. And then it'll be, man, for the Lady Otters, after a few more games, it's section seeding time. And right now the Lady Otters would be the 2 seed as we split with St. Cloud. St. Cloud has a little better record than us right now, and we've beat Sartell twice, but those are the top 3 teams in Section 6A. The score right now, 2-0 in favor of the home team here, the Crookston Pirates. Shots on goal. Fergus Falls with 7, the Pirates with 9, and we're in our first period break. We'll come back with more after this timeout.
Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls is proud to sponsor area athletics. Nelson Auto knows the value of a good team, and we'd like to invite you in to meet our team. See how our team takes care of you and your family. Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls.
Looking to buy, build, or refinance? Trust Alicia Helgeson at FM Bank in Fergus Falls. With expert guidance and local know-how, she makes the mortgage process smooth and stress-free. Call Alicia or apply online at mybankfm.com today. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Make OSPTI your choice for outpatient rehabilitation and sports injuries with locations in Fergus Falls and Breckenridge. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is the right choice for your recovery. Live your best life. Trust the experts at OSPTI.
What's your number?
We drove 25 miles to get a great deal at Quality Toyota.
I drove miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
At American Federal Bank, they're proud sponsors of local high school athletics. Just like their student athletes, American Federal is here to go the extra mile for you. American Federal Bank, investing in our community one play at a time. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to the Crookston Sports Center between the first and second periods of the Pirates net right now lead it by a score of 2-0. Zamboni just completing its laps. Hey, shout out to those at Mabel Murphy's watching the game. Darren Crine texted me yesterday. I said, yep, we're on. And so hopefully the Otters can come away here and even the score here in the second period. Crookston at 11-49 of the period. Jay Reese, 17th of the year. Grayson Ecker and Garrett Fisher with assists on that. And then it was Tate Hamry at 16:07 for Crookston. His 6th of the year, assisted by Isaiah Donarski and by number 8, Grayson Ecker. And I mentioned Grayson Ecker's grandparents live just outside of Dalton. And, yeah, they got connections to the Fergus Falls, Dalton area. And facing off against Luke Johnson, he's from Dalton, too, so it's good to have some Dalton power in this game, too. So appreciate Isaiah Holmes, the manager for the Otter hockey team, and doing a great job. He was all-state in football. Of course, he was injured just before the playoffs, but these team managers, they do an excellent job and a great service to our sports team. There's Daryl Ecker right outside to my left here. Hey, Running Stitches is the local choice for embroidery and screen printing in Fergus Falls. Running Stitches Embroidery. Good turnout here this afternoon. A good contingency traveling up Highway 9 or wherever way they chose to come up here. But Lady Otters were here the other night. Came in with a nice victory. And so we'll take one more break. We'll drop the puck on period number 2.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
Lake Region Healthcare joins you in shouting loud, cheering strong, and jumping for joy. Keeping our community healthy and spirited is the top priority at Lake Region Healthcare.
It's time to replace your old furnace. That old one has been a drain on your energy bill for far too long. Let Otters Plumbing and Heating replace your old inefficient furnace with a new carrier system and help you and your checkbook rest easy. Otters Plumbing and Heating, Fergus Falls.
Hi, I'm Heather Hickman, Executive Director for LB Homes in Fergus Falls. Seasons may change, but one truth remains: our compassionate, Christ-centered care at LB Browen Home. For over a century, we have served as His hands and feet. Every resident is welcomed as family, embraced with the dignity and kindness that Christ calls us to share. So whether you are seeking peace of mind or a trusted home for a loved one, you'll find it here. LB Browen Home, rooted in faith, serving with compassion, trusted for generations.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
For over 50 years, Ottertail Coaches has safely carried kids to school, to games, and back home again. Trusted by generations, they're proud to serve Fergus Falls and the surrounding area. Ottertail Coaches, safety, service, and dependability.
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles to Quality Toyota to get a great deal, and we've done it 13 times.
Quality Toyota.
Welcome back to Crookston. 2-0 is the score on the Park Region scoreboard. Crookston with the lead here as we're set to get our second period underway. There was one penalty in the first period to no avail. No power play goals as the Otters had the one penalty in the first period. The Otters are huddled around Coach Mike Donnie, around their captains, getting some final instructions before we go out to get this second period underway. Otters down 2-1. See if they can get on the board here early. Again, the first line here of Crookston in a lot of the scoring here, and then the defenseman Hamry with the other goal. Puck right below us here. Brody Crine will tap it off the boards. Parker Tilke tried to send it in. Puck is out at neutral ice. Went off to Donarski's stick. He'll backhand it behind the goal. In comes Parker Tilke. And Zender. Parker behind the goal line. Hamry bothered there by Tilke. Picks up the puck. Hamry's got good size. Gives it off now to Garrett Fisher. Garrett Fisher gets around Donahue. Fisher towards the goal line. Still with the puck. Down in the corner. Sends it back along the near side. Brody Crine taps it but not out. Puck right below us here. Battling Luke Johnson along with Brody Crine. Luke comes away with it. Tried to get off to Donahue. Jumped in the play. Fisher sends it. Luke Johnson will pick it up. Give it over to Crine. Here's Brody Crine. Chips it high in the air. It's picked up by Zender. Zender to Luke Johnson. Taken away here by Donarski. And now Fisher up the right side. Fisher poke checked away nicely by Tanner Donahue, where it's picked up defensively there and sent in by Reese. And now the Otters try to stretch the ice. It was touched there by Funk, so no icing here on Fergus Falls. Zach Pierce after it behind the goal line. Coulter McGinnis on. Chase Johnson is on. It comes into the high slot. And Reese chips it over to the far side. And the puck is going to be sent. We get an icing call. Oh, that was bogus. It wasn't tipped. It changes directions when it's tipped. Chase Johnson had it hop off his stick. Then it's sent back in by the Pirates. Bring the boards over to the far side. Puck still in the Otter zone. Now it's going to be picked up. Here's Crine. He'll try to tap it forward. Then it's sent in by Gavin-Akis. Picked off there by McGinnis. Coulter sends it forward. Chase Johnson with a good job. He's got Zach Pierce on the left side. Here's Zach with a puck below the dots. Sends it out to Sherman. Sherman rips a shot, and a glove save made by Brady Chandler. Otters had a little something cooking there, and Chandler makes the save. First line for Crookston comes back out on the ice. And they pretty much play exclusively two lines. That's it. Ecker will win the draw. Comes back to Funk. He'll ring it around the boards. And here comes Garrett Fisher up the left side. Good job by Luke Warner. Good job by Warner that time as he takes care of Fisher, the 26 goal scoring winger. 26 goals on the season. Jay Reese gets it back. Tries to get it ahead to Fisher. Fisher muscles the puck away. Brant Sherman after it. Fisher still with it. Turns, rips. Off the glove of Holden Stenstrom. Picked up by Grayson Ecker. Now Chase Johnson will try to scoop it up. Good play by Warner. He tapped it out of there. Luke now will tap it over to the left side. Here comes Chase Johnston through traffic there. Tried to toe drag, but Funk came in after it. Cullen Alt is on, as is Corbin Profit. We'll see if the Otters, by playing three lines, when they can get an advantage sometimes. Backhand there by Alt. See if they can wear down this Crookston Pirate first two lines. Reese to Fisher, left side, off the boards, hits the official. And it's poke checked away now, Brant Sherman. Brant has it taken away by Jay Reese. He'll send it in behind Stenstrom. Puck picked up here now by Luke Warner. Headman pass, tapped in nicely by Noah Piccarini. Pick after it. Noah after the puck. Good forecheck by Piccarini. Puck out into the outer defensive zone now, where Brody Crine will scoop it up. Goes behind Stenstrom, near side pass. Turned over there by the Otters. Corbin Profit had it momentarily. Larson with the puck now for the Pirates behind the net. Bothered by Crine. Brody battling there behind the net. Akus comes in after it. Sends it, but it's onto the stick of Piccarini. Piccarini trying to move it out. Reitmeyer will send it back in. 13:04 to play in the second period. Crookston leads it 2-0 here on the Park Region scoreboard. Puck played out of there now by the Otters. Cullen Alt chips it out to Piccarini. See if the Otters are not able to get a change, though. Crookston gets Fisher on. And then the puck sent length of the ice and an icing call on Crookston. 2-0 is our score. Shots on goal 10 for Crookston and 8 for the Pirates. 12:46 to play here in the period. Face off here at neutral ice as the puck went up and out of play, I believe. Either that or with the icing. And Ecker is going to win the draw here for the Pirates. Puck right below us here. Warner taps it forward, then it's sent back in. Brant Sherman's going to hustle after it. We have an icing call here on Crookston. Icing's a big deal. You know, you take a face-off 185 feet down the other direction. An ice rink is 200 feet, but I'm just subtracting some. It's probably more like 167.5 feet. I don't know what I'm talking about. Luke Johnson on the draw here against Reese. Zanarski with it behind the net. Picked up by Zender. Caden with the puck. Looking for Johnson on the back door. Goes left. Played down along the half wall. Here's Luke with the puck. Out high. Sends it over to Sherman. Down to Zender. Zender walks in. Puck there. Shot by Johnson. Didn't get all of it there, and a save made. Here comes Fisher. Fisher's going to gain the zone. Taken away, though, by the Otters. See if the Otters can get something rolling here. They send along the boards. Brant Sherman will go back after it. 12:03 to play in the second period. Otters trail 2-0. And out with the puck. Full head of speed comes Ecker. Bothered by Zender right below us. Good poke check by Caden. And Luke comes out with the puck. Jay Reese after it. Luke puts a good stick on him. Now Fisher with the puck. Fisher in the corner. Bothered by Brody Crine. Johnson in there as well. Otters move it out. Parker Tilke, but Reese will play it back behind the goal line. Tapped into the corner by Brody Crine, but it goes right back to Crookston. Backhand shot by Ecker. Save made. A couple saves made there by goaltender Stenstrom. Fisher tries the wraparound. Puck out to Hamry. Backhanded into the slot over the far side. Brant Sherman tries to clear it out, and he does, so it comes out to neutral ice. Otters get a partial change, and we're going to get an icing call there as Donarski tries to send it the length of the ice and find a stretch pass, but it's going to be an icing call on Crookston. Crookston's well staffed over there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys that are older than, kind of a well staffed bench. Puck picked up now by Tanner Donahue. He's got a good shot from the point. He'll rip one. That's going to go over the top of the net. Kept in, though, by Luke Warner. Out front, shot there. McGinnis tried to get a stick on it off a pass from Chase Johnston. And here coming to the puck was Reitmeyer. Goes over to the far side trying to find Larson. Puck behind the goal line. Akus. Warner. Luke gets it ahead now. Out to neutral. It's sent back in on Stenstrom. He'll send that one into the corner. Luke Warner will pick it up. He's done a great job here. Sophomore defenseman for the Otters. Oh, and the Otters turn it away right out front. Oh, my. Donahue tried to get it through, but it came right out in front of the net. Back door, Reitmeyer on the back door for Fisher. Otters are getting worked here right now. Puck up into the netting. It went off of Stenstrom. Up and out of play. And just like that, the shots are 14-8 in favor of Crookston. Good pressure here by Crookston in the last couple shifts. Larson and Schockman out. So the third line for Crookston against the Otters' first line here. But Fisher stays out there on the wing. Otters going to win the draw. Warner, near side. Parker Tilke trying to move it out. Schockman after it. Tilke right below us here. Puck sent over to the far side. It's going to be out towards neutral ice. Here's Donarski with the puck. He'll play it off the half wall. It's picked up here now by Caden Zender. Off to Parker Tilke. Parker in on goal. Puck behind the net. Kept in by Warner, but it's going to go right back to Crookston. Pass off to Fisher. Fisher towards the net. Leans in. Shot in the back door. Oh, Hamry had an opportunity. Sherman. Puck picked up now. Crookston wants a penalty there. Nothing doing. Pass ahead. That's too far as Zender just missed Luke Johnson. And an icing call on the Otters here with 9:25 to play. Otters trail 2-0. Just got to stick with the game plan. And let's see if the Otters' depth can get to Crookston a little bit here. That first line back out on the ice against the Otters' second line here. The Otters did have a mismatch, our first line against their third line here a shift ago or so. Reese on the draw against Zach Pierce. Ecker with a puck. Drops it for Demerah. Picked up by Pierce. Chipped. No icing here. Funk's going to get back after it. Funk behind goaltender Chandler. Out to Fisher off his stick. Played forward. Puck right at neutral ice. Now they put their whistles in their pockets here. Both coaches wanting to call. Fisher with good speed. Donahue after it. Tanner plays it over to Chase Johnston. Tried to slap it off the boards. Crookston keeps the pressure on. Jay Reese out to Ecker. Demerah keeps it in. Otters trying to move it out. Reese will send it back behind Stenstrom. Crying after it against Grayson Ecker. Here's Ecker with a puck. Backhanded to Reese below the goal line. Give and go. Out to the point it goes. Funk is there. Quick shot. Otters need to get something going here. Otters trying to move it ahead. They have Chase Johnston on the way. Here's Krein with a puck. He'll send it to the near side. Now Grayson Ecker backhands it out front. Puck picked up by Pierce. Now McGinnis. Chase Johnston. He'll send it in. On comes Cullen Alt and Corbin Profit. Otters just kind of slapping the puck around here a little bit. Corbin Profit plays it to Alt. Alt will gain the zone, but it's going to pop out the neutral ice. Luke Warner will pick it up and go for a skate. Here's Luke down below the goal line. Pulls it back up looking for support. Tried to get it to Cullen Alt. That's going to go all the way back in the Otter zone. Stenstrom will stop it there. And here comes Brant Sherman. He'll skate it up. Sherman, left side pass. Corbin Profit trying to find that puck there, and the Otters having trouble getting the puck deep here. It pops out to neutral, and Sherman's going to send it into the far corner. 7:27 to play in the period. Otters trail by a score of 2-0. Here comes Sherman. Out to Piccarini, right side pass. Alt has his shot blocked. Tilke is on. Puck picked up here now by Hamry. Headman pass now to Fisher. Fisher walks in, rips a shot, and a glove save made by Stenstrom that time. So good save made by Holden. Again, Fisher's got good speed. He's got 26 goals on the year and rips a shot and a nice glove save for Holden Stenstrom. So Luke Johnson will take the draw here against Jay Reese. Otters trail at 2-0 on the Park Reading scoreboard. Otters win the draw. Tanner Donahue. Parker Tilke couldn't quite hang on to it. Puck played out to Hamry. Left side pass for Fisher. Puck out to neutral. Here's Grayson Ecker with a puck. Ecker going to take it behind his own goal. Fathered by Luke Johnson. Comes over to Fisher on the near side. Lifted high in the air. Brody Krein after it. Sends it over on the boards. Get something going here, boys. Here's Luke Johnson up the left side. Accelerates. Comes in. And a good stick that time by Reese. And the puck goes up and out of play. Again, two lines pretty much exclusively. We've seen the third line a couple of times. And then Fisher stays out with the two third liners. Chase Johnston along with Coulter McGinnis now and Zach Pierce. Headman pass. Oh, they just about got behind our D there. We get an icing call here on the Pirates. So an icing call on Crookston. 6:22 to play here on the second period. Otters trail 2-0 on the Park Region telephone scoreboard. Otter JV team won earlier today by a score of 10-1. Zach Pierce on the draw here for the Otters against Reese. Funk will get it for Crookston. Sends it over to Garrett Fisher. Headman pass to Grayson Ecker. 2-on-1 now. Grayson Ecker walks in. Shot and a save made by Stenstrom. Grayson with a good hard shot trying to go 5-hole there, but a nice save made by Holden. So Stenstrom with the save. Here with 6:12 to play in the second period. 17-9 now. The shots Otters only with 2 shots on goal in this period. Right Meyer, right side pass to Larson. Battling there is Pierce. Larson, puck behind the net. Bothered there by Pierce. Good job by Zach. Tried to get out to Chase Johnson. Kept in. Shot there. Save made Stenstrom. Goes into the near corner. Backhanded behind the net. Donahue rings the boards. Out to Coulter McGinnis. Chips it but not out. Larson will send it back in. Comes to the near side. Picked up by Akas. Played behind the goal line. Zach Pierce over to the right side. Pulled back though by Coulter McGinnis. Picked up by Larson. Centering pass out front. Comes out to Demera. His shot. And a goal from the point. 3-0. Otters couldn't move the puck out, and Crookston scores. They're going to say maybe it was tipped. We'll get the official scoring on it here in a second. Time of this goal is going to be 11:28 of the period. And Otters need one here. They trail now 3-0 here on the Park Region scoreboard. And so we'll get the official scoring here in just a second. 3-0 Pirates. Pirates are going to win the draw. Reese is going to send it in. Jay Reese. Oh, a great save by Holden Stenstrom. Demera with the assist, and the goal was Akas at his 4th of the year at 11:28. 3-0 Pirates here on the Park Region scoreboard. And here comes the Otter draw in the Otter D zone. Luke Johnson and Grayson Ecker off the draw. It's going to be controlled here by Fergus Falls. They chip it on the boards, give the puck right back to Crookston. Crookston will send it in. Picked up by Luke Warner. Yeah. Donahue wanted an icing call there. A little yelling back and forth between he and the official. Puck played back out. Here come the Otters. Parker Tilke. Tilke. Poke checked away from him. Now Zender. Someone's going to want, you got to want that puck here. Here comes Tilke now. Gives it ahead to Brant Sherman. Sherman. Bumped off the puck by Donarski. Scooped up by Luke Johnson momentarily. Zender in the corner, bothered by Grayson Ecker. Tilke. Now Zender, he'll rip a shot. That's going to be blocked. Zender with another shot. That's blocked by Donarski. Guess they're not counting our shots anymore. Puck sent back in. Should be at least one more shot on goal there. 4:05 to play in the period. Otters trail here by a score of 3-0. Corbin Prophet with a good hit along the boards. Tilke sends it back in. Far side. In comes Donahue. Now Corbin Prophet gets it back the other direction. Centering pass there, tipped there by Reese. Headman pass to Tilke. Parker Tilke takes a hit along the boards. 3:37 to play in an icing call here on Crookston. Should have been at least another shot on goal. It's still 19-9 in favor of Crookston. So the Otters only managing 2 shots on goal. Crookston with 10 in this period. Corbin Profit will take the face-off here for Fergus Falls. It's going to be won by the Pirates. Pirates have won a lot of face-offs. Over to the far side, Tanner Donahue from the point. Sends it left of the net. Piccarini after it. Now Crine will send it far side of the net. It's going to be picked up and then played out by Schachman. It comes out to neutral ice. Crine after it right in front of Stenstrom. Brody leaves it there for Donahue. Tanner right below us. Calling out. Passed into the Schachman. Now it's picked up by Tanner Donahue. He'll send it in. They'll ring the boards here. Otters trail 3-0 here. Zach Pierce, Chase Johnston out on the ice for the Otters. Piccarini still out there. Here's Chase with the puck. And we're going to get a penalty here on Crookston. So the Otters are going to get a power play. So Crookston with a penalty here. And it's going to be on number 22, Grant Funk. 2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalty is going to be 14-12 of the period. And the Otters need one here. Let's get one before the end of the period. And Crookston wins the draw. They'll send it the length of the ice. Tanner Donahue will pick it up here for the Otters. Here comes Crine. Gives it ahead now to Zender. Zender comes in, walks in, still with a puck behind the net. I was going to try to get set up here. Out to Johnson. Here's Johnson. Now to shot there. Puck in traffic. Kept in, though, by Tanner. Here's Tanner with the puck. Walks it down. Out to Luke Johnson. Luke now to Luke Johnson out high with it now. Walks in looking for a shooting lane. Shot there. And it pops back out in order to neutral ice. Here's Brody Crine. Now to Donahue. Tanner will quarterback the power play here. 1:56 to go in the period. Right side pass to Luke Johnson. He'll gain the zone. Here's Luke with a puck. Down along the goal line. Still with it. Out to Crine. Now Donahue. Tanner with a puck. Down low. Out to Luke. The point. Now to Crine. Now Johnson. Tanner Donahue up to right side. Sends a shot. Otters trying to get it back here. 41 seconds left in the one-man advantage for the Otters. Tanner Donahue behind the net. Plays it out to Crine. Crine to Johnson. Here's Luke with the puck. Back door looking for Caden Zender. Zender will pick it up in the corner. He's hit there. In comes Tilke to help. Zender comes out with it. Out to Tanner. Tanner walks in. Shot there. Rebound. Zender. Here's Caden Zender. Out to Tanner Donahue. Now to Luke Johnson. Luke walks in. Looking for a shot low on the ice. Shot is blocked. Comes out to Donahue. 8 seconds to go in the one-man advantage. Otters still got a chance here. Here's Luke with the puck now. Along the near boards. Settle it down. Now to Crine. On the near side. Still got time. Crine sends a shot, and that's going to go up into the netting, up and out of play. So the Pirates kill it off. 42 seconds to go in the period. Otters trail 3-0 here on the Park Region telephone scoreboard. We're not getting, I guess we're not putting them up anymore. There should be a couple more for sure, but puck out the neutral, kept in. Nope, it's going to be popped out. Otters got to check back up. Here comes Reitmeyer. Reitmeyer gains his own. And here comes Zach Pierce. He'll circle it back now. Puck out to neutral ice. Larson with it. 19 seconds to go in the period. Luke Warner will go back after it. Here's Luke Warner with the puck. Sends it over to Brant Sherman with 11 seconds to go in the period. And then McGinnis tried to tap it out. Picked up by Luke Warner. Puck along the near boards. And that is the end of the period. 3-0 Crookston. Shots on goal, 19 for Crookston, 9 for the Otters. Otters had one power play opportunity late in the period. And again, 3-0 Crookston with the lead here on the Park Region scoreboard. We're going to take a break, come back with our Minnesota Motor period break.
The key to a great meal is at the Viking Cafe of Fergus Falls. The Viking Cafe with Minnesota's best omelet, manhole cover pancakes, and burgers that will fill your appetite. The key to a great breakfast and lunch is at the Viking Cafe, downtown Fergus Falls.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
For over 50 years, Ottertail Coaches has safely carried kids to school, to games, and back home again. Trusted by generations, they're proud to serve Fergus Falls and the surrounding area. Ottertail Coaches, safety, service, and dependability.
Welcome back to Crookston. Right now it's 3-0 Pirates. Shots on goal 19 for Crookston, 9 for Fergus Falls. And let's look at the scoring here in the second period. And again, Chuck-a-Puck coming up in just a minute. When it's time for Chuck-a-Puck, I'm gonna broadcast your Chuck-a-Puck, Dave. When you do it, all right, we're gonna do that before we get the scoring summary. Here's Dave Bishop with the Chuck-a-Puck here from the. Look at that form by Bishop. Oh, he said if he wins, it's going to be McDonald's. Dave, that was pretty close. One more here. Got to have a little fun here on the broadcast. He's got one left after this. I mean, when do you get a come on, Dave, your last puck. Oh, that one's looking solid. Not bad, not bad, yeah. You got to land it about 8 feet in front, but I hate chuck-a-pucks that don't use real pucks. It's kind of fun, though. But again, let's look at the scoring in this one. You got to have a little fun up here in the booth. The Pirates get one goal in the second period. It was 2-0 going into the second period, and they get a goal at 11:28 of the period. And it's the fourth of the year for Gavin Akas, and that was assisted by Cody Demera. And again, that was the only scoring in the first period. Crookston at 11:49 of the first period, 17th of the year for Jay Reese, assisted by Grayson Ecker and also by number 12, Garrett Fisher. And then Crookston at 16:07 of the period. It's the 6th of the year for Tate Hamry, and that was assisted by Isaiah Donarski and also by Grayson Ecker. And again, the second period goal, Akas from Demera. So that's the way things stand right now, 3-0. The Otters in the period only managed 2 shots on goal. They did have a power play opportunity, had a few looks at that. But Crookston outshoots the Otters in the second period, 10-2 in that one. So Minnesota Motor period break continues. Remember, Minnesota Motor Company is located on South Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls. We'll come back with more after this break.
Hi, I'm Heather Hickman, Executive Director for LB Homes in Fergus Falls. Seasons may change, but one truth remains: our compassionate, Christ-centered care at LB Browen Home. For over a century, we have served as His hands and feet. Every resident is welcomed as family, embraced with the dignity and kindness that Christ calls us to share. So whether you are seeking peace of mind or a trusted home for a loved one, you'll find it here. LB Browen Home, rooted in faith, serving with compassion, trusted for generations.
Where to eat, the ultimate culinary adventure, from signature dishes to chef recommendations.
As your food review professionals, you can find us at KBRFradio.com, the Fergus Now app, and on YouTube.
Tune in every first Friday of the month for new episodes.
Check us out, and we'll show you where to eat.
Welcome back to Crookston. We're between the second and third periods now. And again, prior to this one, there was a UMC game, University of Minnesota Crookston and South Dakota State club hockey game, and I believe the final there was at 5 or 6-1. Crookston won that one, ACHA Division II. Let's look at some scores here. Detroit Lakes beats Bemidji, and the Otters will take on Detroit Lakes here in a couple of, actually next Tuesday, and I was going to dig into that one a little deeper, but I wasn't able to open my tab. Grand Forks Red River beats Thief River 7-3. Hockey Day Minnesota score down in Hastings. Eastridge beats Hastings by a score of 3-1. Other scores of note, I'm just trying to buzz through a couple here. Wadena Deer Creek, a Section 6 team, beats Kitson Central by a score of 7-6. So that's your out-of-town scoreboard here. The score right now, 3-0 though, in favor of Crookston. And the Otters only generating 9 shots through 2 periods. And look to turn a page in the third period here. They really need to generate some more offense. There's no question about that. And we'll see what they can do here in period number 3. Zamboni's still not out. They're shooting T-shirts right now out of the old T-shirt shooter gun. Yeah, look at that. Man, that one, he must have really cranked up the gas on that one. But sometimes they get the Zamboni going at the same time, but maybe it's an insurance thing. I don't know. But, yeah, it's hockey day in Minnesota. Fun time, and he's got that thing dialed in now. He's really setting it, putting the onions to it. But 3-0 again is our score after 2 shots on goal. 19 for Crookston, 9 for the Otters. We'll take a break and come back with more. Again, it's the Pirates 3, Fergus Falls nothing.
Just when you thought the deals were done, Minnesota Motor Company is keeping the savings rolling. They may have moved the vehicles back outside, but they've extended their indoor sales savings through the end of January. Shop in confidence and drive away in a great vehicle at a great price. Stop by the dealership or contact the sales team to learn more about the great deals.
Minnesota Motor.
South Pebble Lake Road, Fergus Falls.
Make OSPTI your choice for outpatient rehabilitation and sports injuries with locations in Fergus Falls and Breckenridge. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is the right choice for your recovery. Live your best life. Trust the experts at OSPTI.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
At Fergus Falls Monument Company, Ryan and Mike want you to design a personal memorial for your loved one that will fully express your personal sentiment and that of your loved one. Fergus Falls Monument on Pebble Lake Road, online, foreverstonememorials.com.
At American Federal Bank, they're proud sponsors of local high school athletics. Just like their student athletes, American Federal is here to go the extra mile for you. American Federal Bank, investing in our community one play at a time. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
Here's to a great season for all our favorite high school athletes. American Legion is a favorite too and serves up everyone's favorite barbecued ribs. American Legion of Fergus Falls, open each Wednesday through Saturday on Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls.
Welcome back to Crookston. 3-0 is the score right now in favor of the Pirates on the Park Region telephone scoreboard. And again, Crookston at 11:49 of the first, 17th of the year for Jay Reese, assisted by Grayson Ecker, and by number 12, Garrett Fisher. And then Crookston at 16:07 of the period. It's the 6th of the year for Tate Hamry. An assist going to Isaiah Donarski, and also to Grayson Ecker. So Grayson Ecker with a pair of assists in this one. And then Crookston in the second period at 11:28 of the period. It's the 4th of the year for Gavin Akis, and that was assisted by Cody Demera. We got a lot of hockey coming up here in the next few days, and our next hockey broadcast will be on Monday, as we have that game for you as the Otter girls will take on Alexandria at home, and so that'll be a good one to take in. And then on Tuesday, it's the Otter boys up at Detroit Lakes, Otter girls at home against Detroit Lakes. So a couple games to start the week out. There's more to go, and we'll highlight that schedule here in just a bit. But again, 3-0 is our score. Otter JV wins by a score of 10-1 as they totally took it to the Crookston JV team. And again, good crowd on hand here this afternoon. A lot of Fergus Falls people making the trek up here, and we're going to head it on down Minnesota number 9 after this, and probably watch some more hockey at home tonight. So we'll take another break and come back with more here from Crookston. Right now, the score 3-0 Pirates.
What's your number?
We drove 25 miles to get a great deal at Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
At American Federal Bank, they're proud sponsors of local high school athletics. Just like their student athletes, American Federal is here to go the extra mile for you. American Federal Bank, investing in our community one play at a time. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Mark Johnson back with you. Some scores from earlier today from the hockey day down in Hastings. Compliments of Paul Becker. Thank you, Paul. The girls' varsity game, Hastings beats Park of Cottage Grove 2-1. And then East Ridge beats Hastings in boys' varsity action 3-1. Boy, that had to have been a cool game. And St. Thomas Academy is playing Rockridge right now. And earlier today, the Otter boys lose to Bemidji in boys basketball 85-75. Other hockey scores kind of interest to our listeners. Detroit Lakes beats Bemidji 4-3. And then Grand Forks Red River beats Thief River 7-3. Hibbing takes down Warroad. So Warroad has lost a couple here now. And International Falls beats Northern Lakes 5-3. So pretty good team up there at I Falls this year. It's been quite a few years since they've been kind of in the conversation. And again, lots of action coming up this week. Again, Monday night we'll have the Fergus Falls Alexandria game, and that'll be on AM 1250 KBRF. And then Tuesday, Fergus Falls at Detroit Lakes on KBRF. Boys hockey, girls will be home against the Lakers on Channel 977. Both of those are 7 o'clock puck drops. Thursday, Sauk Rapids Rice comes to town to take on Fergus Falls. That's on 977. And then Friday, no hockey game, but Saturday it's Mayport CG coming to town to take on Fergus Falls. And this thing is coming to a close pretty fast here. And boy, it's amazing. Once January 1st came and the games start coming, it goes very, very quickly. But great time of the year. A lot of hockey going on. And it's Hockey Day in Minnesota here today up at Crookston. We'll take another break here from Crookston and come back with more as our Minnesota Motor pregame show will draw to a conclusion. Again, it's Crookston 3, Fergus Falls nothing.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
Lake Region Healthcare joins you in shouting loud, cheering strong, and jumping for joy. Keeping our community healthy and spirited is the top priority at Lake Region Healthcare.
It's time to replace your old furnace. That old one has been a drain on your energy bill for far too long. Let Otters Plumbing and Heating replace your old inefficient furnace with a new carrier system and help you and your checkbook rest easy. Otters Plumbing and Heating, Fergus Falls.
Hi, I'm Heather Hickman, Executive Director for LB Homes in Fergus Falls. Seasons may change, but one truth remains: our compassionate, Christ-centered care at LB Browen Home. For over a century, we have served as His hands and feet. Every resident is welcomed as family, embraced with the dignity and kindness that Christ calls us to share. So whether you are seeking peace of mind or a trusted home for a loved one, you'll find it here. LB Browen Home, rooted in faith, serving with compassion, trusted for generations.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
For over 50 years, Ottertail Coaches has safely carried kids to school, to games, and back home again. Trusted by generations, they're proud to serve Fergus Falls and the surrounding area. Ottertail Coaches, safety, service, and dependability.
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles to Quality Toyota to get a great deal, and we've done it 13 times.
Quality Toyota.
Hey, we're back here at the Crookston Sports Center. And again, the Otters trail up by a score of 3-0. Crookston gets 2 in the first, 1 in the second. They out shooting the Otters so far 19-9 in this one. And then another score here. Again, compliments of Paul Becker. A couple here. Elk River up on Roseau 5-1, or that was a final there. And then Brainerd 4, Duluth Denfield 2. The Otter boys will play Brainerd on Monday. So the Otter boys will take on up at Essential Health Arena up in Brainerd. That'll be on Monday. Otter girls will take on Alexandria. We have that game on our streaming services on the radio as well. That's a 7 o'clock puck drop. Otters lost Alexandria 8-1 earlier in the year. Hope to avenge that loss and get back in the win column here as well. Last time we were up here, the Otters beat Crookston girls by a score of 4-3 on senior night for the Crookston Lady Pirates. And again, Fergus Falls and Crookston in that one, 4-3 Fergus Falls. This one's 3-0. And again, the Pirates getting goals from Jay Reese, from Tate Hamry, and also from Gavin Akas. That's how the scoring has taken place so far. Let's see if the Otters can turn a page here and see what head coach Mike Donahue has up his sleeve. And I know it's a bus trip up here. It's a different game time. It's 3:30, but all teams do this. There's a lot of Saturday games in high school hockey now, but the Otters need to get some giddy up in their step here. So we look forward to this third period. We'll take one more break, and we will get the Zamboni parked in the garage. We'll get the nets set. We'll get the officials out here, and we'll get time on the clock, and we'll get things going in period number 3.
Hi, I'm Heather Hickman, Executive Director for LB Homes in Fergus Falls. Seasons may change, but one truth remains: our compassionate, Christ-centered care at LB Browen Home. For over a century, we have served as His hands and feet. Every resident is welcomed as family, embraced with the dignity and kindness that Christ calls us to share. So whether you are seeking peace of mind or a trusted home for a loved one, you'll find it here. LB Browen Home, rooted in faith, serving with compassion, trusted for generations.
Where to eat, the ultimate culinary adventure, from signature dishes to chef recommendations.
As your food review professionals, you can find us at KBRFradio.com, the Fergus Now app, and on YouTube.
Tune in every first Friday of the month for new episodes.
Check us out, and we'll show you where to eat.
What's your number?
We drove 25 miles to get a great deal at Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
At American Federal Bank, they're proud sponsors of local high school athletics. Just like their student athletes, American Federal is here to go the extra mile for you. American Federal Bank, investing in our community one play at a time. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome back to Crookston. Again, we're between the second and third periods. They were shooting T-shirts up in the stand for the first 5 minutes. Sometimes they'll do that as the Zambonis out. You know, kind of a neat little feature, though. Had the, I don't know what you call those things, but it's compressed air and air cannons, yeah. But shooting T-shirts up into the stands, and the Zamboni is now done with its work here. But Fergus Falls, again, trails by a score of 3-0. They were outshot 9-7 in the first period, and outshot 10-2 in period number 2. The shots right now 19-9 in favor of Crookston. But I tell you, there was a few times where we had shots on goal on that power play, and nothing went up on the board. So that's just the way it is sometimes. But the Otters again trail at 3-0 here on the Park Region telephone scoreboard. Earlier, the Otter boys JV team won by a score of 10-1, and so they had a game before this on the adjacent rinks. There's 2 rinks that face north and south, and then the big rink here is set up east and west. And University of Minnesota Crookston has a ACHA Division II hockey team. They beat South Dakota State handily. I believe it was 5-1, 5 or 6-1. Can't remember what that was for sure. Both teams are back out on the ice. Again, Crookston with a special fundraiser here, cancer afternoon. And did they say they're going to auction these off after or not? Are they going to? But sometimes they do that with special jerseys, but they have the purple jerseys on. And the Otters are back out on the ice here as well, as we'll start period number 2 here in just a second. Again, Otters being outshot 19-9. They trail it 3-0 here on the Park Region scoreboard. And the Otters have new threads this year. Got nice new uniforms, home whites and away maroons with that true gold. I want to tell you about Running Stitches. They're the local choice for embroidery and screen printing in Fergus Falls. Running Stitches Embroidery. That concludes our Minnesota Motor Period Break. Again, Minnesota Motor Company, located on South Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls. Holden Stenstrom has stopped 16 of 13. Goaltender Brady Chandler has stopped all 9 shots that he has faced. And so we will get this second period underway here, or third period, pardon me. Face off right below us here. Luke Johnson will take it here against Grayson Ecker. Face off's going to be controlled by the Otters. Brody Crine will send it into the zone. Otters will go on the forecheck. Parker Tilke behind the net. In comes Luke Johnson as well. Zender played over to the far side. Otters turn it over. Grayson Ecker might have a breakaway here. Ecker coming in on goal. Shot and a goal. Otters turn it over, and it's 4-0, just like that. Grayson Ecker goes coast to coast. Time of this goal is going to be 16 seconds in. And for Grayson Ecker, that is his 13th of the year. So the Otters going to turn it over, and the D gets beat the other direction, and Ecker makes it 4-0 Pirates here on the Park Region scoreboard. Zach Pierce will take the draw here against Ecker. Pierce, Chase Johnson, and also Coulter McGinnis. Puck over the line. Coulter McGinnis walking in. Coulter with a chance. Shot there. Save made. Chase Johnson doing a good job going hard after the net. There's a puck out front. Good job there by the Otters. Then Hamry gets rid of a stick. He throws it out of the crease. That was kind of bogus. Good job by McGinnis and also by Chase Johnston. And then Hamry takes and pushes the stick of McGinnis way out towards the blue line here. So Pierce will take the draw here. Crookston wins the draw, 4-0 now in favor of the Pirates here on the Park Region telephone scoreboard. Crookston wins the puck battle. Puck down in the corner. McGinnis after it. Battling behind the net. Chase Johnston trying to get it out of there. Here's Grayson Ecker now. He'll pull it back out. Gives it off to Hamry. Now to Fisher. Fisher hit by Pierce, but Pierce bounced right off. There's a shot there and a save made by Stenstrom. Puck into the corner now. Crookston first line is very good. Back behind the goal line, we're going to have a penalty. A holding call on Fergus Falls. It's going to be on Luke Warner. So holding call here on Fergus Falls. So Warner goes to the box at 1:16 of the period. Luke Johnson will take the draw here against Gavin Akas. Draw is won by Crookston. They send it up to the point. Shot there blocked by Luke. That was off the stick of Reitmeyer. Puck over to the far side. Puck out of neutral ice. Otters got to take some chances here now, down by a score of 7-0. So Warner for a holding call. Puck played behind the goal line. Akas out to the point. It goes to Funk. He'll rip one low on the ice. Donahue. He'll just send the puck the length of the ice. Otters get a change here on the penalty kill. Out comes Parker Tilke. Puck over into the near corner. Good stick, though, by Caden Zender momentarily. Now Larson up the left side. Larson will gain the zone, backhanded in on Stenstrom, and Holden will make the save here with 14:50 to go. Now we got time here. We can't just throw in the towel here. The Otters only managing 2 shots. Well, they have 11 now in the game for 2 periods, 22 for Crookston. On the draw, it's going to be one here by Corbin Profit. He's out to kill along with Tilke. 4-0 favor of Crookston. Fisher back the other direction. He'll pick it up right below us here. Fisher will gain the zone. Stood up there by Brant Sherman. Then they'll send the ice, the length of the ice, where it's stopped by Brady Chandler, the goaltender. Hamry, who has a goal in the game, will drop it for Fisher. Fisher will bring it up now through neutral. Fisher now in the corner. Donahue battling there. Puck behind the net. Donarski battling with Corbin Profit. Otters are kind of chasing this game here right now. Ecker makes a move. Ecker tried to get it down low to Donarski. Donarski's tied up. Puck's going to come out of the zone where Garrett Fisher will go back and pick it up. Puck right below us here. Hamry in over the line. Zender had it momentarily. Johnson comes in. Some push and shoving away with it. Zender. Got to go. Otters are back at full strength. Sent back in. On comes Chase Johnston and Zach Pierce. Zender still on the ice. Head to Fisher. Fisher's going to gain the zone. Sends it over to Grayson Ecker. Opens up and sends a shot on, and Stenstrom makes the save. 13:27 to play in the hockey game. 4-0 in favor of Crookston here on the Park Region telephone scoreboard. Zach Pierce will take the draw here against Ockes. It's going to be won by the Otters. Donnie's going to ring the boards all the way down to Chase Johnston. He'll get it out, or pardon me, to Colton McGinnis. Chase Johnston with a shot. McGinnis with a rebound attempt. The puck was standing on end, and Chandler comes out to make the save. And Cullen Alt and Noah Piccarini and Corbin Profit will come out for Fergus Falls. Profit will take the draw here against Ockes. Face-off won by Profit. Donahue sends one on net. Deflected by Demera into the corner. Picked up by Piccarini. Noah walks in. Puck pops off his stick. Puck down in the corner now. Cullen Alt on the forecheck. Good job by Cullen behind the net. Sends it out to the point. Quick shot. A shot that's going to be blocked there by the Pirates off the stick of Brody Crine. Crine defensively. Picked up now. Here comes Corbin Profit. Out to Cullen Alt. Tried to tap it forward. Funk gets around one man. Profit after it. Funk still hard on the puck. We're just getting outplayed here in this one. There's no question about that. Funk still with the puck down low. Ockes plays it back along the half wall. Otters trying to move it out and get out the neutral ice. Tilke comes on. Zender comes on. They stretch the ice. And an icing call there. And the Pirates said no, but the officials said yes. They'll bring it back in the Otter offensive zone. 4-0 is our score. Again, 12:16 to play. 23 shots for Crookston and 12 for the Otters. Luke Johnson on the draw here against Jay Reese. Draw's going to won by Crookston. Puck behind the net. Over to the near side. Luke Warner along the near half wall. Reese. Luke Johnson gets it back to Brant Sherman now. Sherman will go back after it. Brant will send it back now to Luke Warner. Luke Warner. Parker Tilke, they'll ring the board. Zender's going to hustle after it. There'll be no icing here. They're going to wave it off. Zender, we got to get the puck towards the net. Luke Johnson out front. They get a stick on it. Pops back out to Sherman. Brant to the near side, but now Fisher. Here's a 2-on-1 the other direction. Fisher with Grayson Ecker. Fisher walks in, going 5-hole, but Stenstrom says nothing doing with that one. Puck behind the net. Brant Sherman will pick it up. Here's Sherman. Tried to send it rink wide, but Reese got a stick on it. Puck along the far boards. Seems like Crookston just winning about 75% of these puck battles. On comes Zach Pierce, 11:14 to play. Otters trail 4-0 here on the Park Region scoreboard. And an icing call here against Crookston. An icing call against the Pirates. Zach Pierce, Coulter McGinnis, Chase Johnston on for the Otters, along with Brody Crine and Tanner Donahue. Face off to the waffle board side of Chandler, the goaltender. That's the blocker If you're from Canada, they might say a waffle board. Here's Funk up the right side. Funk walks in, rips one. Rebound goes into the far corner, picked up by Zach Pierce. Pierce with it now to Chase Johnston, back out to neutral ice. Here's Zach with the puck now. He'll bring it back. Near side pass. Here's Chase Johnston with a low shot. Nice pass from McGinnis to Chase Johnston. This line has had some pretty good chemistry. Donahue rips one. Donahue keeps it in, but now pops out to neutral. Puck picked up now by Larson. Seeing some of the third line here for Crookston. Here's Hamry with the puck right below us. He's a big defenseman. Hamry's going to gain the zone. Nope, he'll tap it back out. Calling out after it against Larson. Cullen with a big hit on his man in the corner. Played back behind the goal line. Hamry will pick it up. Here comes Hamry. Luke Warner now. Luke will send it off the boards. No icing there, they're going to say. 9:55 to play in the period. Otters trail 4-0. Akas with it now, trying to move it out. Comes out to neutral ice. It's going to be picked up here by Larson. Now Akas with it. Calling out, gets a good stick on it. Larson's going to gain the zone. Piccarini ties him up. Luke Warner battling behind the net. Puck pops out, tap to the near side. And now it's going to be picked up by Brant Sherman in the corner. Here's Sherman with the puck. Brant Sherman up the left side. Sherman still with the puck. Sherman behind the goal line. Takes care of the man that put a hit on him. Puck right below us. Some pushing going on behind the net here. We got a little fight going behind here. They're going to both get roughings. 9:10 to play here in the hockey game. And a penalty here on the Otters. Let's see what the call is going to be here. Two minutes roughing, 2 minutes unsparkling. So 2 minutes rough, 2 minutes unsportsmanlike. So Brant Sherman in the box and Akas in the box. So let's see, Sherman and Akas. Time of this penalty coincidental is at 7:50 of the period. So they'll play 5-on-5 hockey here. So coincidentals. And head coach Josh Hardy talking to the official here. And you want to get right in the huddle. And you got to have a mic in there. Mic'd up, no. So face-off will be at neutral ice here. 9:10 to play here in the hockey game. Otters trail 4-0 here on the Park Region telephone scoreboard. Brant Sherman with a roughing and 2 for unsportsmanlike. Okay, so 2 and 2, 2 and 2. So playing 5-on-5 hockey here. So an unsportsmanlike and a rough, and an unsportsmanlike and a rough on the Otters and the Pirates. Otters going to win this draw. Here's Brody Crine with the puck now. Sends it ahead to Luke Johnson. Here's Luke coming in down below the goal line. Picked up by Grayson Ecker in the corner. Here's Ecker with the puck right below us through neutral. Sends it ahead to Reese. Now Fisher sent back out towards neutral ice. Tap forward right below us here. Sent over now to Parker Tilke. We got to get some shots here. We got 13 shots through 2 periods. Ecker to the near side. Not Ecker, sent forward. Here's Luke Johnson with the puck right below us here. Gets through a man. Loses an edge right below us here. Otters trying to keep some pressure on. And it's sent in by Donahue. After it is Demara. Sends it back into the corner to Grayson Ecker. Zach Pierce comes in. Pierce will pick the puck up. Here's Zach with the puck now. Out to the point. Chase Johnston. He'll rip one. That's going to be blocked, though. And here comes Jay Reese up the left side. Jay Reese drops it for a shot. The save made there. And that was off the stick of Garrett Fisher. Been able to shut him down, but the goal scored by Reese and by Hamry and Akis and also number 8, Grayson Ecker. And here comes a face-off to the right of Holden Stenstrom. Stopped 22 out of 26. Under 8 minutes to play now here on the Park Region scoreboard. Puck out to neutral ice. Bennett Tilke out for the Otters. Right below us here. Bennett battling, comes out with a puck. Gives it to Luke Warner. Luke Warner will send it back now to Zach Pierce. He'll send it in on goal. Can be snapped out of the air and then sent forward here, kept in by Krine. Puck picked up now by Bennett Tilke. Puck was kind of on end and comes out to the point. Sent back below the goal. Nope, it's going to be kept in over on the near side. Now it's going to be about the neutral ice. Parker Tilke will send it over to Brody Krine. Here's Brody with the puck. He'll send it in. Parker Tilke and Luke Johnson. Parker in the corner. Puck behind the net. Donarski's going to pick it up. Pops out towards neutral ice. Luke Warner is there for the Otters. Luke back the other direction. Puck out to neutral. It's going to be Zender now up the right side. Zender will gain the zone. Sends a shot. Glove save. Johnson will pick it up. Here's Luke with the puck. Sends it over to Donahue. Tanner loads. Shot blocked. Luke walks in. Rips a shot, but a save made there. One of the better scoring opportunities for the Otters there. Donahue's shot, and the rebound comes back out to Luke Johnson. Here's Tanner's shot. And Luke rips one, but it's save made there by Brady Chandler. 6:47 to play here in the hockey Otters trail, 4-0. Face off here. Puck behind the goal line. Grayson Ecker out with it. Left side. Good play by Chase Johnston. He's coming back to play some defense here right now. Luke Johnston's going to pick it up. Here's Luke with the puck. He's going to gain the zone. Luke with it. Gets around a man. Walks in. Johnson. Fan on the shot. Side of the net. Chase Johnston back playing some D here for the Otters. Puck right below us here. Funk is away with it. He'll gain the zone, drops it for Fisher. And he beats Stenstrom over his top shoulder. It's 5-0. He had so much time and space there. A lot of time and space to shoot. He's got a good shot. And it's 5-0 Crookston here on the Park Region telephone scoreboard. So Crookston scores at 10:57 of the period. And the 27th of the year, 27th of the year for Garrett Fisher. It's 5-0 Pirates. And Funk with the assist. 5:55 to play here now on the Park Region scoreboard. Puck played over the line. 5:46 to play. 27 shots on goal for Crookston, 16 for the Otters. Here comes Coulter McGinnis. Bennett Tilke. Benny with the puck. Tried to send it back. Picked up by Larson. Headman pass to Reitmeyer. Here's Luke Warner. Warner with the puck. Goes to Krine. Near side. Zach Pierce. Bennett Tilke had it momentarily. He'll send it into the corner and get off here with 5:10 to play. The Otters trail 5-0 here on the Park Region telephone scoreboard. They get it ahead to Fisher. Comes off his stick. Tanner Donahue gets it back. Tanner sends it along the boards. And then sent an icing call here on Crookston here with 4:54 to play. And Chase Johnston has moved back to D now. And Bennett Tilke coming back into the lineup here again as Luke Johnson will take the draw here against Jay Reese. Otters are going to win the draw. Down in the corner behind the goal line. Taken away, though, by Ecker. Off to Fisher. Oh, offsides. There we go. Waiting for the whistle there, but it was coming. So an offsides call here on Fergus Falls. On Crookston, pardon me. So the puck now at neutral ice. 4:42 to play. Luke will win the draw here against Ecker. It's picked up by Brant Sherman. Otters just about turned over, and they do so. Right in front of the net. Far side. Luke Warner sends it ahead to Parker Tilke. Off his stick. Picked up here by Warner. Warner gets it ahead to Parker Tilke. Off his stick. Here comes Jay Reese back the other direction. Reese out front. Zender is there. Take it away. Out to Funk at the point. And a glove save made by Holden Stenstrom here with 4:11 to play. And the Otters trail 5-0 here on the Park Region telephone scoreboard. 27 shots on goal for Crookston, 16 for Fergus Falls. A low shot total in this one. Corbin Profit will take the draw here against Akis. It's won by the Otters. Crine sends it over the boards. Nobody home there. Akis is there, though. Shot there off Crine's skate. Picked up by Piccarini. Piccarini tried to move it out. Chase Johnston with a puck. That puck is going to be picked up by Schockman. Now Chase Johnston. Behind the net. Chase will pull it out. Try to get over to the wing. Piccarini. Now to Corbin Profit. Poke checked away from him. Puck at neutral. And then sent in behind the goaltender, Chandler. Brady Chandler. He's got a shutout going in this one so far. Akis, left side pass. Sent in by Hudson Rick. First time we've called his name. Here's Hamry with the puck at neutral ice. Poke checked away by Cullinalt. Here's Donarski with the puck. He'll gain the zone. He'll tap it in. And the pace is really slowed in this game right now. Chase Johnston falls right in front and turns it over, and save made there by goaltender Holden Stenstrom. We have 3:03 to play. Crookston leads at 5-0 here on the Park Region telephone scoreboard. Face off here, Coulter McGinnis. Here's Larson with the puck, sends it on Stenstrom. Holden makes the save. 2-0 Crookston after 1. 3-0 Crookston after 2. 5-0 Crookston now. That's where things stand. And they're going to toss out Larson out of the circle, and another Larson comes in. Otters are going to control the draw here. It's picked up by Brant Sherman. Brad taps it ahead, but goes to the other team. It's going to be picked up here by Coulter McGinnis. He'll send it back now to Tanner Donahue. Headman pass, tap forward by Zach Pierce. Comes in on goal. And Chandler gets on top of that one. 2:40 to play here. Otters trail 5-0 here on the Park Region scoreboard. Luke Johnson will take the draw here against Jay Reese. Here's Zender with the puck. Sends it into the corner. Back behind the goal. Tapped over there. Puck right below us here. Ecker out with it. Grayson Ecker is going to gain the zone. Grayson Ecker on the puck down in the corner. Bothered by Brant Sherman. Grayson strong on pucks. Sauced out. Demera. Puck along the near boards. Picked up here by Parker Tilke. He'll throw it into Donahue's skates, and it goes in over the line, and Ecker comes back the other way. Here's Grayson Ecker. Drops it for Fisher. Picked off, though, by the Otters. Chipped, but not out. Here's Zender. Caden Zender. Drops it for Sherman. Sherman has it poke checked away from him, and here comes a 2-on-1 the other direction. Reese And then Fisher had an opportunity, and Stenstrom make the save. He sends it up into the netting. With 1:38 to play, Otters trail 5-0 here on the Park Region telephone scoreboard. This has been a tough one here for the Otters here. And Profit will take the draw here for Fergus Falls. Draw is going to be won here by the Otters. Here comes Cullen Alt. Right below us here, sent back below the goal line. Alt, Piccarini in the corner. Knocked off the puck. And away with the puck. Here comes Crookston Pirates. They'll gain the zone. They'll drop it back out. Piccarini has it momentarily. Little coincidental little contact there. No call. Piccarini with the puck. Got 1 minute remaining in the hockey game. Chipped up into the air. Snapped out of the air by Brody Crine. There's Brody now. He'll carry it over the line. Sends it back below the goal line. Pierce after it in the corner. That's right. Comes over to the far side. Chase Johnston walks in. He'll rip a shot. 27 seconds to go in the period. Puck below the goal line here. 20 left to go now. Here's Bennett Tilke below the goal line. Sends it out front. Schachman is there. They'll bring it off the boards. We've got an icing call here. We have 10 seconds to play. And Crookston's going to get their 11th win of the year here. Otters are going to fall to 6-10 as they've just really outplayed Fergus Falls here. There's no getting around that. Zach Pierce will take the draw here against Ockes here with 10.7 seconds to go. Face-off is going to be into the corner. 6 seconds to go. Reitmeyer with the puck. He'll take it behind the goal. And Crookston's going to win it by a score of 5-0. Here on the Park Region telephone scoreboard, they outshoot the Otters 29-18. And Crookston wins it here 2-0 after one. They get 1 goal in the second period. They get 2 more goals in the third period. We'll come back with our post-game show after this break.
Just when you thought the deals were done, Minnesota Motor Company is keeping the savings rolling. They may have moved the vehicles back outside, but they've extended their indoor sales savings through the end of January. Shop in confidence and drive away in a great vehicle at a great price. Stop by the dealership or contact the sales team to learn more about the great deals. Minnesota Motor. South Pebble Lake Road, Fergus Falls.
Here's to a great season for all our favorite high school athletes. American Legion is a favorite too and serves up everyone's favorite barbecued ribs. American Legion of Fergus Falls, open each Wednesday through Saturday on Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls.
Here we're back here. The Otters lose it by a score of 5-0. And shots on goal 29-18 in favor of Crookston. Shots were 7-9, 9-7 Crookston, then 19-9, 29-8 after that. So let's recap the scoring in this one as our post-game show begins right now. So Crookston gets a goal at 11:49 of the first period. It is the 17th of the year for Jay Reese, and that was assisted by number 8, Grayson Ecker, and also by number 12, Garrett Fisher. Crookston at 16:07 of the period, 6th of the year. 6th of the year for Tate Hamry, the defenseman. That was assisted again by number 21, Isaiah Donarski, and number 8, Grayson Exer. So shots on goal after the first 2 periods, Crookston 9, Fergus Falls 7. We kind of had ourselves a hockey game there. And then Crookston scores in the second period, 11:28 into the period, and it's the 4th of the year for Gavin Ockes, and that was assisted by number 19, Cody Demeron. Made it 3-0, and then Crookston 16 seconds in. And that really, once they got that 4th goal, as they started out that third period. Really made it tough for the Otters to come back in this one. Ecker gets his 13th of the year. Reese with an assist, and also number 12, Garrett Fisher, with an assist as well. Made it 4-0. And then Crookston at 10:57 of the period. It is a goal by number 12. We held him off the score sheet as far as goals until late in the game, and it is the 27th of the year for Garrett Fisher, and that was assisted by number 22, Grant Funk. It made it 5-0. Penalties in the game. There were no power play goals in the game. Fergus Falls was penalized 3 times for 8 minutes. They had the double minors on one of the Fergus players and also on one of the Crookston players. Crookston penalized 6 minutes, 2 penalties for 6 minutes, but neither team with a power play goal in this one. And final shots, 29-18 in favor of Crookston. We'll take another break, and we'll come back and name our Toyota Quality Player of the Game. We'll talk to head coach Mike Donahue. We'll see if he gets up here after the 5-0 loss. We'll have all that and more as our post-game show continues.
Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls is proud to sponsor area athletics. Nelson Auto knows the value of a good team, and we'd like to invite you in to meet our team. See how our team takes care of you and your family. Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls.
Looking to buy, build, or refinance? Trust Alicia Helgeson at FM Bank in Fergus Falls. With expert guidance and local know-how, she makes the mortgage process smooth and stress-free. Call Alicia or apply online at mybankfm.com today. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Make OSPTI your choice for outpatient rehabilitation and sports injuries with locations in Fergus Falls and Breckenridge. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is the right choice for your recovery. Live your best life. Trust the experts at OSPTI.
I'll back up on it. Hey, we're back here. Mark Johnson along with Mike Donahue. The Otters lose at 5-0. Mike, and boy, tough one here this afternoon. It seems like Crookston outplayed us in pretty much all facets of the game. They were beating us to pucks and moving their feet, but a tough loss for us here.
Well, lesson learned, right? It's a game of energy, a game where you have to move your feet and win those races to loose pucks. And like you say, you get some team with size and a team with skill. They're going to expose a lot of things if you're not moving and willing and ready to compete.
And the first line, they were good. You know what I mean? And we couldn't match their intensity or their playmaking. They kind of took it to us.
We knew they'd be good.
Yeah.
Like, every team you play has a good first line.
Yep.
So
Yep.
you better tighten up the skates and be ready to go every single night. And that's a consistent thing. Consistency we talk about. It's late enough for the season where we got to start to be able to show up. Better be ready to play when that puck drops.
Yeah, this was a game. I was thinking we could get this one too, and when they got that goal 16 seconds in to start out the period, that made it tough. As 4-0 after that.
Yeah, and just another errant pass right on their tape. Made a great breakout pass for them, and you give them credit. They took advantage of all of those opportunities and mistakes that we made. They did a great job finding their guys in the scoring area, and they had some shooters. They shot the puck. They shot to score. So, you give them credit for that.
Yeah, they did. And, it seemed like we blocked some shots, but there was a lot of their shots. They had, a pretty good path. That last goal in particular, I had a perfect angle on it. But it's just some of those things, learning things, isn't it? But
yeah, and it's I don't know if they just depend on Holdy too much, but you feel bad for Holdy. He's in there. He's battling. He's competing. He gives 51 minutes every single hockey game, and hope you hope that the guys we got to be able to rally around that, understand that he's kind of the heart of this team, and do something solid for your goaltender when we need to step up and try to do those things.
This is going to be a big stretch for us now this week. You know what I mean? As we go to the final stretch, Brainerd we take on Monday, and then we'll just keep playing all week, but. We'll kind of see if we can bounce back here. It's key. We got to dig deep, don't we?
You don't have a choice, right?
That's
right. Brings your character out. How are you going to respond to this? We have the two ways you can respond, right? We can grab our stick next game and show a kind of hockey team that we've shown we can be.
Yeah.
And hopefully it takes a couple guys. I think some leaders in that dressing room to just be able to say, hey, boys, this isn't acceptable. This isn't our expectation. We know we're a better hockey club than this. And that's they have a chance themselves to be able to look within and find those answers. We know that they're a tough team to play when we play the right way. When you mentioned we're winning races to pucks, there's your indicator. You'll know in the first 7 minutes. You can just feel it how the game's going to go. If we're on that, we're winning those races. We're going to be tough to beat. So it's a matter of just finding that and getting the guys to believe that and find that energy within themselves and keep pushing and getting each other going. We know not everybody's going to be their best every night, but what can you do for your teammates when they're not?
Yeah.
That's once you're in your character and being a good teammate, and that's what it means to be part of that team.
Yep. We take away some lessons. You got to put it in the rearview mirror because we got a lot of hockey. It's an important time of the year.
That's right. It's time to, lads. We got 2 weeks to get better here. So we're going to have a lot of opportunities against some really good hockey teams, and we're going to see some really good hockey players coming up. And, you can sit and dwell on this, or you can look at your next opportunity in the mirror and stand up and face it.
All right. Thanks, Mike, for coming.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Mike Donahue, head coach of the Otters. And, again, the Otters lose it 5-0 here on the road. And, this was a tough loss here for the Otters on the road, but it's now time to name our Quality Toyota Quality Player of the Game, brought to you by Quality Toyota and Lake Country Graphics. And we're going to give it tonight to Coulter McGinnis. As Coulter, he's battled through injury. He got a concussion in the scrimmage, and then he broke his collarbone, but his first significant time on the ice here on that second line and played a good hockey game here tonight. But the Otters lose it by a score of 5-0. That'll wrap it up here. For me, Mark Johnson. Again, Dave Bishop, game side engineer. Great job, Dave, as always. Appreciate our viewers and listeners. We got more hockey coming up this week, a lot of it. Monday night, we'll start out with the Otters taking on Alexandria. We have that game on the radio, also streamed on our streaming channels. That'll do it for me, Mark Johnson. Our Park Region scoreboard reads Fergus Falls 0, Crookston 5. Good night, everybody. Have a great rest of the weekend.
Thank you for joining us for a special KBRF Radio sports streaming presentation. Tonight's game is proudly brought to you by Quality Toyota and your Quality Toyota player of the game. Nelson Auto Center and your Nelson starting lineups. Park Region and your Park Region scoreboard. Lake Region Healthcare and your Lake Region timeout. The Minnesota Motor Company and your Minnesota Motor Company halftime show. Viking Cafe and your Viking Cafe keys to the game. Orthopedic Sports and Physical Therapy Incorporated. Fergus Falls Monument. Otters Hill Coaches. Fresh and Fancy at Mamashinas, American Federal Bank, FM Bank, Service Food, Ugsted Plumbing and Heating, Splash Express, American Legion Post number 30,